This is how friends tend to take other people for granted because they just think, oh, you're okay with always helping, when in reality, you're literally sacrificing your time to be there for them. We're not at the beck and call of others. I know these are hard times, and getting friends as we get older can be pretty difficult, okay? We have all accepted that. But that does not give you an excuse to go about making friends the wrong way. It's not worth it. It is not worth you. They're not worth you. We're going to be talking about 8 different ways you're making friends wrongly. And I'm sorry this is going to sting, but you need to hear it and you need to be self-aware. So let's get right into the video. Number 1 is you allow your friends to treat you poorly. You, Miss Girly, you're out there allowing your friends to treat you poorly. Now, why are you doing that? A lot of the times, because we're so desperate to make friends, when we first meet people and they don't treat us right, we think, oh, wait, it's probably just the beginning of a friendship. Maybe as the friendship grows and they get to know me more, then they'll treat me better. Delusional. You're being delusional. You need to stop it as of right now. Go to the mirror and tell yourself, I am worth it. If someone cannot treat me as I deserve, then they're not worth my time. You're not out here trying to convince yourself that it's going to get better and that they have to know you better to treat you better. If they can't treat you better in the beginning, no, it's not okay. They're not worth you. They're not worth that friendship. Move on. Number 2, you belittle yourself to make them feel better. Now this one, oh my God, this one really gets to me because I'm just like, guys, I don't understand how you would put yourself in a position where you're making yourself lesser to make another person feel great. Why is that even necessary? This is usually for friends that have had a certain person on their list to be friends with for the longest time, and they finally become that person's friend, and it's like they have to just make that person feel so revered and superior. There are ways you can compliment people without making yourself feel less. I just don't think it's worth it complimenting someone while putting yourself down. And these are for the Miss Girlies out there that are like, oh my God, Katie's so much smarter than me. Like, I don't understand how she knows everything and I'm just so dumb. Or like, do you see how Amanda just easily talked to that boy? Like, I wish I'd had her confidence. Like, I literally don't have half of the confidence she has. Like, I'm such a bum. No. Okay, we need to stop that attitude. You don't have to put yourself down to make another person feel better. You're just making your self-esteem lower and lower, and you're doing that to yourself. Your friend is probably just gonna think you're insecure, which you're probably not trying to come up as. You're just trying to make them feel like you're amazing. But you can tell them they're amazing without making yourself feel like you're less amazing. You can just say point blank, Jennifer dresses so nice. Period. Number 3, you don't know how to set boundaries, or you are not setting boundaries and you do not know how to say no. These are the Miss Girlies out there that are always at the beck and call of their friends. Everything they say, it's a yes. They need something, it's a yes. They need to go somewhere, you're like, where, what time? If you have to go out of your way to do something at your expense just because you're trying to make that friend feel better, we need to stop that. It does not look good on you at all. This is how friends tend to take other people for granted because they just think, oh, you're okay with always helping, when in reality, you're literally sacrificing your time to be there for them. So you need to stop that, okay? We're not at the beck and call of others. We need to learn how to say no. I'm sorry, but I do not have the time to help you today. I'm sorry, but this place that you want to go to, I cannot go today. And that's okay. Set those boundaries for yourself. If there are no boundaries, then there's nothing for your friends to respect about you, and they're just gonna keep overstepping. Have something they can't overstep. Now, if you have boundaries and the friends overstep them, then that's easier for you. They gotta go. Okay, goodbye. Also, when it comes to setting boundaries, it's the Miss Girlies out there that are like, you're never saying what you want to do. It's always about their friend. Their friend wants to go eat. It's what they want to eat. It's where they want to go eat. It's where they want to travel to. Being flexible is different from, wanting Chinese, but your friend wants Korean, so you decide to go Korean because your friend wants Korean, when you know darn well you want Chinese. Speak up. I want Chinese today. Can we do Chinese instead? It doesn't always have to be what your friend wants, okay? You're important as well. Your opinions matter. Your choices matters. Speak them, say them. Now this next one, a lot of us are guilty about it, especially for those of us that like drama-less friendships, okay? And that is, we brush off arguments that affect us emotionally. I'm talking about when our friends do something that hurt us emotionally, but we don't communicate it to them. You need to be able to be in a position where you can communicate to your friend if they did something to hurt your feelings. Now, a lot of times we think bringing up conversations like this within a friendship is going to cause fights, it's going to cause arguments, it's going to cause a break from the friendship, it's going to end friendship. If a friendship ends because you were honest about how the friend made you feel, that friendship was never meant for you. You should be in a friendship where you're comfortable communicating if another person has hurt your feelings or not. If you're in a friendship where you're unable to communicate that and you're constantly just like brushing it off, like, she said this, but it's whatever. Or she said this, but like, I know she didn't mean it that way. Stop making assumptions for your friend. Ask them directly. You said this. What did you mean by that? Let them be clear about what they said to you. And if it hurts your feelings, you tell them, I did not like how you spoke to me. I did not like this that you did. And you guys can clarify and move on. But if you keep just brushing it off, number one, it's going to keep happening. Number two, it can literally make you feel super lonely in a friendship. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about, but that's a totally different video, guys. My heart aches for people that are lonely within friendship. Like, these are people that have friends, but they're so lonely. Like, let me know in the comments below if you guys would like to see a video about feeling lonely in a friendship, because that's real, guys. There are really people out there that are just in these friendships to be there. Like, they're just there to exist. The friendship does nothing for them and they don't know how to leave. A lot of us are guilty of this, okay? Stop brushing off arguments with your friends. Honestly, sometimes too, your friends don't even know that like certain things they said hurt you until you bring it up to them. Like, they really don't know. Other times, some people are doing it intentionally, and if you don't call it out, they'll just think you're a pushover, which you're not. Next way you're making friends wrongly is that you approach friends because you want their lives. Now, this is weird, okay? But there are literally some people out there that approach a friend because they want their lives. Now, I feel like wanting someone's life and admiring someone's life are two totally different things. You can admire someone's way of life. You can admire someone's lifestyle. Like, I really admire how you do this and how you do that. I can learn from that. You know what I mean? But wanting someone's life specifically is almost saying, I want to be you. Like, Miss Girly, you're enough. Why do you want to be someone else? You are enough for yourself. You have your own qualities that make you you. Why are we trying to be our friend? This is literally the root of toxicity, because why are you approaching me because you want to be me? This can translate into so many ways, because number one, you basically start imitating and copying exactly how they do things. You copy how they talk, you copy how they dress, start liking their type of men. Like, we can approach people in admiration, get inspiration here and there, but not be them. No. Okay, Miss Garley, if you're the friend that always apologizes even though you're in the right, that's wrong. Ooh. No, but seriously, if you're that friend that always apologizes even if you're not wrong, like if the other person is straight out wrong, but you apologize in the name of, I'm just trying to maintain the peace and the friendship. I just, no, we don't know. Nobody knows. That's just you. Nobody knows. What peace are you trying to maintain that you're always saying, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. Oh, stop it. That needs to stop. That just, again, I feel like it brings me back to you're making yourself look like a pushover, and we both know you're not. Okay, you're not a pushover. And I know a lot of people mistake that as being nice. Being nice and being a pushover are two different things. Okay, you can be nice and still stand your ground. You can be nice and be like, Miss Girly, you're wrong today, and I'm telling you you're wrong. But when you're like, I know she's wrong, but I'll still apologize. Pushover. Push over. Stop it. You need to stop it. If anything, your friend should be apologizing. And if they don't, then ask for one. And if you don't get it, then you know where the door is. You got to go. That friendship is not for you, okay? We're down to the last two ways you're making friends wrongly. Now, before we continue, please hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying this video so far. Second to last way you're making friends wrongly is that you are walking on eggshells around your friend. You are the friend that is so careful about what to say to your friend because you're scared about how that might make them feel. If this is you in a friendship, or at least in the beginning of the friendship, just save yourself the time. That's the wrong way to approach it. Like I'm talking, you're so careful about the things you do around them, the things you say around them, how you approach certain topics with them. Now, there's a difference between being considerate in terms of like knowing someone's triggers and not saying things that could trigger them. That's very different from like always tiptoeing around someone just because like you don't want them to be in a bad mood. You don't want them to like you less. The moment you start saying things like, I'm just going to try and do this so they can like me more, stop right there. At least for me, I feel like best part about friendship is comfortability. It's being able to be comfortable around your friend, and this includes being able to speak your mind, being able to let your friend know your thoughts and opinions about certain things. And so if you can't do that within a friendship, that's just outright wrong. Don't be in friendships where you feel like you can voice your opinion in the name of, I don't know, they won't like it. Being respectful of someone's triggers and their sensitivities is very, very different from like what I'm talking about. Like I'm talking about the most basic things. For instance, right? Imagine there are two friends and one of them, gets a partner, they're happy and whatnot, but they can't talk about or share their love life or how great their love life is going to their friend because their friend is going to feel a certain type of way. That already speaks a lot about that friend. Jealousy? Question mark. Like, why do you not want to hear about my thriving love life? You know what I mean? That just speaks a lot about that friend, which means you're going about it the wrong way. So the moment you start to feel like you have to walk on eggshells around your friend, you have to filter things you say constantly. I mean, like pretty much every second of the day, you have to second guess the things you say to your friend, then that friendship is not for you and you're going about it the wrong way. So bid it by and go about your day. Before I say this final way, please give this video a thumbs up if this is something you're enjoying. Also, let me know in the comments below which of these things you find guilty that you're doing. Share your experiences doing these things with these friends. If you have left those friendships, then kudos to you. Share those experiences down there as well. I would really like to know how we're all doing in these friendships. Like, I have been guilty of some of these things, and I had to fix myself straight away because, again, we gotta be self-aware. Last but not the least is you're always the friend that reaches out to hang out. You're always the friend that initiates the hangout. You're always the friend that starts the conversation up. So when are we going to meet? If this is you, if this sounds like something you do, then I'm sorry. You're going about the friendship the wrong way. What it goes on to say is that you want to be in that friendship, but your friend does not want to be in that friendship. Like, how are you my friend, but you never want to hang out? How are you my friend and I'm always the one saying, there's this amazing event happening, let's go. There's this new restaurant I want us to go to. Can we make that trip to that place we've been talking about 5 years ago? See how that sounds? You sound like you're fighting to be in that friendship when they have been left. At this point, this is a one-sided friendship. Topic for another day. But anyway, yes, guys, this is a one-sided friendship and you're going about it the wrong way. So it needs to stop. You need to stop. You need to let it go, or just take a step back. Don't be the one to say, hey, let's meet, and see if the other party brings something up. If you go without being the one to initiate or being the one suggesting that you guys should hang out and they don't, that says a lot. That is your answer right there, that it got to end, it gotta go. Friendship tip of the day: a friend is like a resume and they only highlight you before you can prove yourself, so choose wisely. Let's be wise about the type of people we let into our lives, the type of friends we agree into our lives, because again, they speak of you before you even meet other people. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.